Hello amigos and welcome back. We are having a little Tres Amigas gathering. I have my amiga Deline and Dee, and we are having a fun day in Austin, and we thought we would just go ahead and film on location.
Yeah,
right?
On location.
On location. A fun little filming, but we were just going to do a really fun random topic, and I asked the gals to think of some crazy quirks, because we all do some fun things, we all say some weird things. They may be normal to us. People might find them quirky, right? Or like abnormal or whatever. But I thought it would just be fun to do a random off topic kind of a video. Something fun. Okay. I had to send my notes to Deline's phone because I'm filming on my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So this way the girls can, what I say probably will trigger additional things for them to think of. Yes, that like, oh, I didn't know what she meant as a crazy quirk.
I better make my notes so
yes,
I'm ready.
Yes, okay. So as an example that I gave them for a crazy quirk is, let's say there's a lot of people in our culture who eat tamales, and so a lot of people will eat them with ketchup. They like to dip their tamale in ketchup. So that's something kind of crazy, quirky. And then a lot of times, sometimes people will like, let's say, mayonnaise with like a potato and egg taco. So just weird, random stuff like that. That could be kind of weird to somebody else, but it's normal to us, okay? All right, so then mine is, if I go, I've said this before, I love a lot of sodas, but I love me a good fountain soda, because it has a little bit of a pica. Like McDonald's has a good Coke, sometimes Taco Bell has a good Pepsi, but you never know, and these people at the restaurants don't always make sure that they check their fountain machines, right?
CO2.
And so the water level might be too much than the syrup. So anytime I go somewhere, especially in the drive-thru, and David already knows if he's picking up a soda for me and I'm not there, you have to taste the soda before I leave the drive-thru, because it better not be flat. It better not be flat, and it better not have too much water. The syrup water ratio has got to be good, right? So that's one crazy quirk. Of course, in our religion, as a kid, as I was brought up, we make the sign of the cross, before you leave the house, because you leave the house at night, in the morning, or whatever. So that's not just when you go to church and you enter into the building.
So you do it
when I leave the house. I have a holy water font, and I make the sign. I dip my fingers in the holy water font, and I make the sign of cross. When you leave the house, before in the mornings when I'm doing my prayers, at night David and I pray over one another, and we bless each other. Some people do it like when they're passing a cemetery. So sometimes a lot of people will do it at different times. Yes. A lot of people just think, especially when I taught catechism, a lot of people in our faith thought you just do it when you go into the church. No, you do it, more often. That we should.
Because it's actually really a prayer.
We're blessing ourselves. We're telling the devil, hands off. Hands off. We are protecting ourselves. Okay, again. Unlock.
Let me open my thing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Anytime I get a soda or any kind of can, it can be any kind of can, I always wipe it down.
Oh, I do that.
I
do that.
Because
my kids always make fun of me.
You never know.
I like to eat
you
the
never
grime.
know what creepy crawly. You never know what creepy crawly went over while it was in the warehouse. So I'm always very paranoid about that. When I take a shower, the last thing I do is I wash my face. That's the last thing I do, because if I've washed my hair, all of the shampoo, conditioner, whatever, it's on my skin. So I do that. The washing my face is the last thing I do in the shower. When I eat popcorn or omelets, I have to have jalapenos. Fried chicken, I have to have jalapenos. I need that spice. So that's a crazy quirk. Usually when we go out to eat and I've paid for a soda, because sodas are not cheap, they're like $3, $4 or whatever, I ask for a cup of soda to go. Except today, because it was watered down too much, right? Let's see. If we're eating and we have your order an entree, I always load my fork to make the perfect bite. So if I have a little piece of chicken, mashed potato, veg or whatever, I load it up. I load the fork.
Interesting.
And I got that from Barbara Streisand, her movie The Mirror Has Two Faces. That's one of my favorites. I think because that was more in my growing up. I never watched her older ones that a lot of people know her for, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I guess when I was in my 20s, The Mirror Has Two Faces just became my favorite, and I got it from that. In the movie, she would always load her fork to make the perfect bite. So that's a crazy quirk.
She crazy.
Yes. I carry mints in my purse. I always have to mints because you go out to eat. Sometimes your stomach to settle it. I'll pop a peppermint in my mouth. If I'm laughing, like really, really laughing, I cry. I cry when I laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just since I was a kid. And then
Now that's different.
I cry. I usually cheer up a lot. It's like if I'm laughing, I am crying.
Yeah.
I'm just my eyes watering. And then the last one, and Dee Dee knows this, if we've gone out to eat and I'm super, super full, I hiccup. I get the hiccups. And so normally when I hiccup 3 times, like then I'm really, really full. So David always he's like, okay, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, you're done. You're done. I'm done. Yes. So those are my crazy hiccups. So much of crazy hiccups. Those what they are hiccups. Those are my
Those
crazy
are
quirks.
crazy.
Those are my crazy quirks.
That right there says you're crazy.
So do you have yours, or do you want me to go while you're waiting for yours?
I have mine. I already
Okay.
kind of know a couple. So, one of the things that I do, and even my whole family's brought it up. So, my brother, we've gone to the movies, and I'm the type of person, I have to order like popcorn all the time. So that's something that I have to do. But that's not one of the things I do that's weird. I have to crunch my popcorn real loud. Like, I like the way it sounds. It's kind of like soothing. And when I sit on the couch, I love to chomp on my chips really loud. There's no soft. Like, I like to crunch. I think that's my favorite thing. I just love to crunch on my food. So.
Is it a certain way that you bite down that gives you a loud crunch to make it crunchier than eating a normal chip?
No, it depends on the chip or the because
Oh, the popcorn.
yeah, it depends on how it sounds back here. I mean, I just love the sound of it. I don't know why, and it makes me happy. And when I don't have those things, I'll go and get cereal, and it's dry, and I'll eat it, and I'll chomp on it on the couch while I'm watching TV. So I think that's kind of weird. I think
Quirky.
it's quirky, but another thing that I do, I was just talking to my husband, and he says that I'm just weird, period. He says, he goes, everything you do is weird. It's not what you do, it's what you say. And I was like, okay. So, but there is one other thing that I do that's weird. It's every night in bed, I have to chew gum before I go to sleep. And a few times I found it in my hair.
You fell asleep with it.
I fell asleep with it in my
gosh.
mouth.
Yeah.
And that was like recent, but I just kind of pick it up. But yeah, I have to chew gum, and I don't know why. I got into this habit a year ago, and it just, to me, it's weird, and it irritates me. So that's a weird thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it has to be a certain gum. It's that Airhead gum that I talked about on my video. I love that gum, and if I run out, I'm searching for it in the middle of the night, like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I can chew it. So that's another weird, quirky thing. I don't even know if that's considered quirky. I think that's just weird. And my husband's like, you say really weird things. So when I first became single at 34, 35, 36, something like that, I remember I went out with a bunch of people, and they're like, hey, let's go see if there's a lot of people in this club. And I was like, sure, yeah. Okay, you guys wait out here. So these 2 guys went into the club. They came out, and they're like, oh no, we don't want to be here. I go, why? And they're like, because it's a sausage fest. I was like, sausage? I like sausage. And they looked at me, and they're like, oh my goodness, you've been hiding underneath a rock. Yeah. So,
But it's funny, I've never heard that term.
You never heard the term?
But what were you saying?
So there's only all men in there. Sausage fest. Okay. So if you guys don't get it,
you don't know.
So I've always said things that are weird like that. I just don't get jokes as easily. And one of the things I also do, because I'm half Asian. I was raised in Okinawa. I'll go places and I'll do my Asian squat sometimes, and my husband's like, "Oh my
Don't do
God,
that."
what are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm squatting. Hello, this is America. But
If I were to do that squat, I would never get up.
and then
I'd
I
fall on the
mop.
way down and fall on the way up.
I'll mop on my hands and knees. I think that's a Mexican thing too. Don't you guys do
Sometimes
that?
they get on to really get in there. And
Yeah,
in the floor.
I'll get on my hands and knees. I don't do that as much anymore because I'm older, but I still do that once in a while, like in the corners and stuff. But I am squatting first, and then I'm kind of moving around the house in a squatting motion. And when I first started doing that, my husband's like, "Wow, that is so weird looking," and I'm like, "Why?" But yeah, so I just kind of squat around the house, and then once in a while, if I have to scrub, then I'll get on my hands and knees. But so he's always thought that was kind of weird.
Different weird.
Yeah, weird. So let me think. What else? I guess that's about. There's a lot of quirky things. I just can't remember them all. So I'll think of some more while we're out.
Sharing.
While Dee Dee's gonna share hers.
I was like, this was a hard topic, not because I don't think I don't do it, but it's because everything I was thinking of, my husband would say, that's not a quirk. That's like a what I say, a pet peeve. Like it, you know, because it's more like it makes me angry. It makes me upset. But because the first thing that came to my head when she was saying it is that we're a very sarcastic family, and then so sometimes you pick a person. And it just naturally happens where everybody will pick on them that day, and a lot of times it's me that everybody will pick on me. But they'll pick, and then they get mad when I get pissed off. When I get pissed off, then they're mad because I got mad. But that was their goal. That was their goal. But with something that is definitely a quirk is that when we watch TV, when we watch movies, I have to have it see it from the very beginning. Like I have to see. I'm not as bad as my mom. My mom was like that. She had to see the warnings at the beginning, at the end, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I like to see it from the beginning, which drives my husband crazy because he wants to get through all of that stuff. If there's a scene where, like a landscape scene or anything before the words start or whatever, I want to see it. He don't care. I said, no, that's going to be important later on.
It leads in.
Exactly.
Something.
He's like, no, I don't want to watch it. He wants to fast forward. So now he's learned he can't fast forward that. Then the other thing is if we watch a lot of stuff on tape, so we'll fast forward through the commercials. But I have to like see the very tail end of the commercial so that I know that I'm not missing anything. And he gets so mad because he's like, there, rewind it. I just lost 2 seconds of my life because he had to do that. That is definitely a quirk. The other thing is if I drink beer, I like to drink beer from a bottle, and it has to be cold, like super ice cold. Yeah, I don't like it to get lukewarm or anything like that because then I won't drink it. It has to be super.
I don't care.
No.
I mean, I do.
Then normally, which I don't have right now, which was driving me crazy, is that I always have hand sanitizer with me. And this was even before the pandemic started. And it was even before I got sick. It was just all the time that I always, when the kids were around, I always had, when the kids were little, they're older now, they're in their 30s, late 20s and early 30s. And so this has been for a long time where I would always have hand sanitizer. And so I was always, would use it to clean their face, or I would use it to, it was just something that I always did. And so like right now I didn't put it on my person. It's like I have to tell myself, don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it. But also too, my husband, it drives him crazy because sometimes when I go to the bathroom, I wash my hands before I go potty. He goes, you're going to the bathroom. I said, I know, but I'm going to be, touching myself and say, I want to clean my hands before I go.
Because like if you were eating buffalo wings.
Exactly. Jalapenos.
Or deviled eggs.
I'm like thinking in my head.
Yeah, do you have jalapenos?
Not that we don't know.
That's a bird. Laura was talking about after she eats, she hiccups. After I eat, or if I get full, then I sneeze a lot. Like not.
You know, my daughter does that.
You're right. Sneezing. It was a hiccup. I'm sorry.
Sneezing. Okay.
I sneeze 3 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do more than 3 times. It's like 3 times is like less. I mean, I do like 10, 20 times. I cry when I'm mad. Like I get so mad, I'll start crying. Like my eyes will water, and I mean, I'll start crying. And it's not because like I'm sad or whatever. I cry because I'm pissed off. I'm mad. You know, where that's, you know, which is not a good thing when you're in the business world. Because I was in the business world. Because like if you had, it wasn't so bad. The female workers, you're not going to get my sympathy, managers. You're not going to get my sympathy if you cry. So that's not why I'm crying. I'm crying because I'm mad. I'm crying because you made me mad. The other thing is, if I have ice in my drink and I finish my drink, I have to chew the ice. Like it's like a waste if I have to chew it. You know, I have to chew it. And this is the other thing is, when I go to sleep, I have to sleep with the TV on. I have to sleep with the TV on. And when I'm reading, I don't read that much anymore, but used to when I was reading. And now, like when I edit, I have to have something else on, like to occupy the other part of my brain so I can concentrate on what I'm doing.
Oh, that is different.
So
David is the same way with the TV. That helps him fall asleep because with the bad dreams, because of Disney, it helps him. If he's got cartoons, it helps him be kind of like in that mind,
right?
Not somebody attacking him and trying to kill him. Like it helps change the mind to think of something else.
And you know what I watch? I watch like Criminal Minds, NCIS, Numbers.
And he hates it if I watch the domestic. Why are you watching ID?
You guys need to watch Watcher on Netflix.
Oh, I think we were.
It's a good movie to watch by yourself, and somebody's looking through the window.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyways,
that's awful.
you're gonna get murdered. But anyway.
But I love to watch stuff about. To go to sleep with stuff about murders. It comforts me.
Funny.
But I like to watch.
Now that is strange.
Yeah.
My husband's like, you're dreaming about killing me. But actually, what it is, I like to watch the ones that are heady. You know, like they're heady kind of criminal stuff. Like
you have to really think about.
Right, like more psychological stuff.
And
they have to have a good outcome. Like they have to, like they catch the criminal.
Yeah.
So that's what it is, that you're catching the criminal. Because it makes me feel safe, I guess, is what it is. That the world's safe. That people catch the bad guys, kind of thing. And so I go to sleep with that. Yeah.
That's very interesting.
So.
Those are
Well, I thought about a couple more things.
Okay.
Yeah, because I looked at my husband's text. So with me, okay, so I have bad English, okay, and my husband constantly corrects me. He's like, Delaney, that's not how you say it, Delaney. Oh my God, because sometimes it's so bad, and
because English is your second language.
Yes, because I learned Japanese first for years, and then my dad was in the military. My mom was the one that was home majority of the time, and I struggled so much with English. I don't know why, just did, and I'm horrible at math. Wow, that's so weird, because when you're Japanese, you should be really good at math, and I'm not. So, yeah, so those are the two really bad things. And like I said, I don't get a lot of things, but I was reading this magazine once, and I was like, ooh, a new meat that they discovered. It's really low in fat, and it's really healthy for you. And my husband's like, yeah, really? What is it? And I go, I don't know, I think it's French. It says bison. He goes, bison? How do you spell that? So I spelled it to him, and he's like, bison? I was like, oh, yeah, bison. Sorry, it's bison. I didn't know. So I always do stuff like that, and I don't know why.
I mispronounce stuff a lot too.
Yeah, and I add S's to a lot of things. I like a lot, and then sometimes I completely take the S's off. That shouldn't be taken off, and then I add S's to things that shouldn't have it. So it's backwards, like all the time. And I try to catch myself, but I don't know why I can't do it. Just
crazy.
It is crazy. So
when you were saying when you were saying about how you also sneeze when you are full as well, and I confused it with hiccup, because the other crazy quirk I just thought of, I was like, oh, I do sneeze, it's not hiccuping. But when I have the hiccups, okay, I drink water upside down.
Oh,
Do you know this?
I've heard of it, but I can't do
and
that.
I don't know if this is a Mexican
Might
mama
be,
thing.
Yeah, it might be.
Because and when you're thinking, oh my God, what are you doing drinking water upside down? But I get hiccups. I do get hiccups often. So when you drink water upside down,
Oh, that's what you do. The opposite.
you have to drink from the opposite end. So you're drinking it like
What?
this.
Oh,
And it's
So
supposed
okay.
you
to take
bend
the
over.
hiccups
Does
away.
it work?
Yes. So you literally like bend over and you're drinking water from this rim versus this rim, but you're bending over and you're drinking from there. And as soon as and normally I'll do like 10 sips, and it's gone. Because some people will drink and jump up and down or whatever, but I always bend over, drink from the other side of the rim, and you're drinking the water, and they're gone.
Well, I do have a drinking quirk. I have to drink with the straw. I need a straw to drink. If I don't have a straw
That's
to
why you're
drink,
asking
I know.
for
It's like,
straw.
where's the straw? There's no straw. Okay, because she didn't bring us a straw.
I was like, there's a little hole. You didn't give me a straw. I was like, there's a little hole
Because
here.
they probably don't do straws.
Yeah, we're in Austin.
Because of the ocean.
Well, one
we're
of
in
my
Austin.
other quirk is I have a drinking problem. When I drink, I can't talk right. Okay, but not that I drink often. So just to let y'all know,
Sure, Darlene, sure.
it's true. I'm like, oh, I lost my concentration. Hold on, what was I saying?
Well, Laura, I guess we could go on and on and on
Yes.
because after you start, you're right. After you start thinking about it, then I'm like, oh yeah, I
Like,
guess
oh, yeah,
I
I
do
do
that.
that
I guess
lots.
I do that. You know, but my brain was just going for like what I call pet peeves. You know, things that are pet peeves kind of stuff.
And I think that's another topic. Like that's a whole, because I have a whole list of
Oh,
other
pet peeves. Oh gosh.
But yes, I have a whole other list of pet peeves. But I was like, just to find, because we don't think of it, but when you think of what other people do, you're like, okay, that's kind of crazy. That doesn't take, like mayonnaise and a potato and egg taco, like that's kind of like crazy. But I was like, if it tastes good to you, it tastes good to you.
It's
But
like
not to me or
mayonnaise
whatever.
on corn.
Well,
that's
yes.
good. Yeah,
Well,
that's
good.
I never
Although-
heard of that until here.
Yeah.
Till
Yeah.
Texas. Well, and I like potato and eggs with mustard. See, you don't like the
Oh,
Like
Yeah.
that's different.
like a taco potato.
the
with
potato and egg
mustard?
taco with
You see?
mustard, not with
Okay.
mayonnaise,
Not
with mustard.
Okay,
That
then
is
I want
different.
salsa.
Yeah.
But yes, we could go on. If you have any crazy quirks that you want to share with us, please put them down in the comments below. I hope
We're
you found this.
curious.
Yes, we're curious to see what other crazy quirks y'all might have. But thank you for joining us and letting us to hear our banter for our little crazy quirks. See, who knew we had all these other little things? And I learned more about Dee Dee and I learned more about Darlene.
Too much TMI.
So thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this little Tres Amigas on location, quick little footage. We will catch you guys next time. Yes. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.